Please stay still. Welcome back to SUTV. I'm Connor Sanders, here with the weather. Today in Cedar, we finally have a little bit of cloud cover, although it hasn't done much to cool the temperatures. As you can tell on your screen there, 76 degrees is the high today. Very, very windy here in Cedar City, as is the usual. As we look forward to this weekend, midweek here, it's going to stay a little cooler. Fall starting to creep in. As you can tell today's jacket weather, definitely. So make sure you're taking advantage of these fall temperatures and just get ready for the fall. As you can tell as well, tomorrow looking very sunny. It's going to be a beautiful couple of days here. Not too warm, but not too cold. It might be time to crank out an extra blanket at nighttime here just because of these low temperatures. As you can see, here is our 7-day forecast. Going to be really warm this weekend in the high 80s. Here in Cedar City. Now is a perfect time to go and take advantage of all the beautiful hikes surrounding Cedar City. If you haven't checked out Cedar Breaks or Zion, if you're new to Cedar City, now is the perfect moment with such high temperatures. And as you can see, looking into next week, we're going to start seeing a little more clouds. Not a big chance of rain, but there will be some cloud cover if you want to take part in any outdoor activities. As you can see on the forecast, it's a beautiful time to be here as fall knocks on the door and starts to make its way here. Now is really the time. It might be your last chance to take advantage of the good weather, as it'll be cold here for about 4 to 8 months, depending on the winter in Cedar City. So take advantage, get outside, and have a good time here as Cedar City's weather begins to change. So for SUTV News, I'm Connor Sanders. We'll throw it back to the desk.
I am actually excited about the cold weather coming up.
Yeah.
I'm guessing as a California boy, you're not.
No, I like the colder weather, actually. I mean, when my first year here, it was a little bit of a culture shock seeing like feet upon feet of snow in the winter, and it's like, this is new, but it's a good new. It's something new.
Yeah.
I mean, my family came up in October for homecoming weekend, like parent and family weekend. I walked out of the dorm in shorts and a t-shirt. My sister gets out of the car in jeans and a hoodie, bundled in like 3 different blankets. My mom comes out in 2 sweatshirts, and my dad is wearing a jacket. My dad never wears jackets. So if my dad's wearing a jacket, it's cold.
It has to be cold.
And my mom just looks at me like, "You're not cold?" "No." "Wow, you adapted fast."
Yeah, you got to adapt to Cedar City weather's fast.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up in the Middle East, so I definitely am still, I guess, a little used to that.
Yeah.
But I still love the cold weather. It's always easier for me to sleep at night and everything like that.
It's also nice that I can walk out and pelt someone with a snowball.
That's always great news. Thanks for the update, Connor.
Here's a quick look at what's coming up next in sports.
That's right. We got sports coming up on SUTV. We'll give you a look at SU volleyball and SU women's soccer team. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft. To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60. Now I get it.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Listen up. Each year, hundreds of promising research studies go unfunded funded for breast cancer, for lung cancer, every cancer. The American Cancer Society has been behind nearly every breakthrough in recent history. But there's still more work to do. So let's make sure that no research is silenced. Let's make noise. Let's make noise. Yeah. And let's finish the fight.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Welcome back. I'm Connor Aist with SUTV Sports. SU football traveled to Cedar Falls, Iowa over the weekend to take on the Northern Iowa Panthers, looking to get their first win of the season. Although the T-Birds were able to keep the game close for most of the first quarter, the Panthers were able to pull away to a 24-0 halftime lead before beating the Thunderbirds 34-13. Panther quarterback Will McKelvin threw for 262 yards and 3 touchdowns, while Isaiah Weston and Deion McShane combined for 13 catches, 215 yards, and 2 touchdowns to lead the 11th-ranked Panthers. SU once again struggled on offense, accounting for only 227 total yards. Quarterback Chris Helbig threw for 126 yards and 1 interception, while running for 13 yards and had 2 touchdowns on the ground. The Thunderbirds will have their first home game on Saturday when they take on Stephen F. Austin at 6 p.m. here in Cedar City. Looking for their first win of the 2019 season, the SU women's soccer team had a couple of nail-biters over the weekend. The first game came on Friday against the University of Texas Rio Grand Valley, and Thunderbird goalkeeper Isabella Whitmore put on an absolute show with 8 saves on the day. Unfortunately, the Vaqueros were eventually able to find the back of the net in the 60th minute for the only goal of the game, as the Thunderbirds fell 0-1. Sunday was a different city, but a similar story. The Lady Thunderbirds played the University of Texas at El Paso and saw the Miners score in each half to take a 2-0 victory. SU falls to 0-5 on the season and will travel to Laramie, Wyoming to play the Thunderbirds of Wyoming Cowgirls this Friday.
Back to Lawrence.
SU Volleyball continued their extremely fast start at the Thunderbird Classic this weekend here in Cedar. SU beat St. Mary's in 5 sets and swept Middle Tennessee State, but lost their first game of the season against Boise State. Starting setter Alexis Averett left in the first set against St. Mary's with an injury, and freshman Shade Cintron stepped in big with 26 assists to force the 5th set. Then Cintron went down with an injury with just 5 points left in the final set. Coach Pete Hoyer subbed in middle blocker Reagan Ashby and won the 5th set without even a setter. Sophomore walk-on Corinne Peterson set in Friday's win against Middle Tennessee, but struggled against Boise State. Stacy Hone and Katie Montgomery were named to the all-tournament team. Hone led the T-Birds with 37 kills, and Montgomery led the team with 8 blocks. The 5-1 T-Birds will head to Florida to play in the FAU Owls Classic this weekend. For SUTV Sports, I'm Connor Aist.
That's so great to hear about volleyball, but so sad about soccer.
Yeah, and it's also equally sad about the football team. But hopefully we can get up to 1-2. That hurts to say. Hopefully we can get up to 1-2 on the season and take down Stephen F. Austin at home.
Yeah, at least it's our first home game, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is our first home game this season, and I think kickoff is about 6.
Yeah, so that should be really good, and I'm excited to watch for it. But about with the Women's soccer, 0-5 isn't the best number. Hopefully they can come back in Wyoming. But with the volleyball, that's crazy. 5-0.
5-1.
Oh, 5-1. My bad.
Yeah, we lost to Boise State, unfortunately, and it was a sweep, which is hard to hear, but we swept Middle Tennessee, so.
Oh, that's good at least. Yeah, at least we have that going for us. Next, our reporter, Grace Conley, will let you know what's coming up around campus.
And the wildfires burning in southern Utah. We'll be right back.
Toxic chemicals and carcinogens are leaching into the environment. It's happening right where we live, work, and play. Everywhere. Cigarette butts are toxic waste. Let's stop the toxic litter. Learn more at rethinkbutts.org.
I'm hungry. I can't see the board.
Good morning, class. Everyone ready to learn today?
Of course they aren't ready. Across America, health barriers keep millions of disadvantaged school children from learning. Children's Health Fund is working to remove those barriers. But to really change the odds for these kids, we need your help. To find out how you can give every child a chance to be healthy and ready to learn, visit childrenshealthfund.org today.
At what age is the color that your skin was meant to be no longer beautiful? Every year, millions of young women try to change the skin they were born with and say they die for darker skin. Sadly, some actually do. Melanoma is the second most common cancer in teens and young adults, and one person dies from melanoma every hour. Change your thinking, not your skin. Stop tanning. Learn more at spotskincancer.org. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Did you check?
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Hi, this is Grace Conley with Campus Happenings. This week, Mr. and Miss SUU auditions will be held, or today actually, from 4 to 10 in the Student Center Theater and Church Auditorium. Students are encouraged to go out and watch the auditions. The talent will be performing their talents that they're going to be performing and answering a question Q&A. Casino night is this Friday, 8 o'clock p.m. in the SUU Student Center. It will be Vegas themed, and you are encouraged to dress up as nice as possible. So wear your best dresses and come ready to win, because there's some big prizes for the winners. You can trade in the chips that you win from each game into a raffle ticket, and those will be put into a big raffle so you can win a huge prize. If you're good at blackjack, Texas Hold'em, crab, and roulette, make sure you make it out. And next week, on Wednesday, September 18th, Oktoberfest will be happening from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. There will be an alcohol-free beer garden, prizes, and SUU swag giveaways, which are really fun and awesome, so make sure you go out to that. There'll be free German-inspired food and music. It'll be a really great time. On Tuesday that week, September 17th, there'll be a graduate school fair from 10 to 2 p.m. in the Student Center. I'm Grace Conley with Campus Happenings. Back to the desk.
Thanks for the update, Grace. In other campus news, this morning the Origami Club hosted their first annual folding party in the living room from 11 to 1. A lot of students came to the event not only to learn how to make origami, but also enjoy the cookies that the club provided. During the event, students were encouraged to find and learn from other students who knew how to make origami. This gave students an opportunity to make new friends while learning how to make exceptional origami and enjoy all different types of cookies.
U.S. Senator Mitt Romney says the FDA should consider recalling e-cigarettes. Romney tweeted Tuesday at the FDA, urging them to recall e-cigarettes as the organization begins to investigate the recent deaths and illnesses related to vaping and juuling. Romney states, in Utah, the use of electronic cigarettes has nearly doubled in the last 5 years, with young Utahns most likely to be introduced to vaping while they are still in school. So far, Utah health officials have reported over 35 cases of lung damage related to vaping, and 12 more are being investigated.
Earlier today, a train in Illinois derailed and caught fire. It's been reported that at least 16 train cars have been derailed from the track. The train was carrying a highly flammable liquid that caused a few of the cars to explode and catch fire. Dozens of the homes in the surrounding areas have been evacuated. In a press release from the train manufacturer, it was stated that the Union Pacific is working with the first responders to put out the fire. Our yard was safely evacuated, and at this time, no injuries have been reported.
Lightning struck the landscapes of southern Utah, sparking multiple wildfires. Over 10,000 acres of land here in southern Utah has become victim to various wildfires. Two of the largest fires are located here in Iron County and just north in Millard County. As of Sunday, September 8th, the Millard County fire has burned over 1,500 acres and is 0% contained, while the Iron County fire has burned over 17,000 acres and is 15% contained. There are currently no evacuation or major road closures, but roads near the fires have been blocked off to ensure safety.
Thanks for tuning in. That's all we have for you. I'm Cairo Cook.
I'm Connor Sanders.
I'm Grace Conley.
I'm Connor Aist.
And I'm Ryan Sunderman. Tune in Thursday for our next show. We leave you today with the hands that give you SUTV.